Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Getting a US student visa is one of the most exciting yet stressful experience for international students. The fear of rejection, the uncertainty about interview questions, and the pressure to get everything right. It can really feel overwhelming. But what if you could learn directly from real students who have successfully navigated their visa interviews? In today's video, I will take you through four inspiring students' visa success stories. You will hear exactly what happened on their interview day, what questions they were asked, how they responded, and most importantly, why they got approved. These stories will give you valuable insights to help you prepare for your own interview and increase your chances of success. So, if you're getting ready for your US visa interview or just curious about the process, make sure to watch till the end. Let's dive in. The first story here we have Maria from Ghana. She was admitted into the University of Illinois at Chicago. Her tuition cost was $40,000 per year, funding partial scholarship that is $15,000 plus family savings. On the interview day, Maria set her alarm for 4 a.m. She prayed, reviewed her documents. She dressed professionally and reached the embassy so early. Despite being nervous, she reminded herself to stay calm and confident. Interview at the US Embassy. Visa officer, good morning. Can I have your passport and I-20? Maria, good morning, sir. Here they are. She hands over the documents. So the visa officer, why do you want to study in the US? Maria, the US has some of the best universities in the world, and the University of Illinois at Chicago is well known for its public health program. My goal is to specialize in epidemiology to help prevent disease outbreaks in my country. The visa officer moves on. How many universities did you apply? Maria's response was, I applied to four universities and got accepted into two. I chose UIC because they offered me a scholarship and have a strong connections with public health organizations. Visa officer moves on. Who is funding your studies? Maria. I received a $15,000 scholarship and my parents will fund the remaining cost. They run a successful agriculture export business and I have their financial documents to prove it. She hands over the bank statement and business documents. Visa officer. What does your father do for a living? Maria responds, he owns a cocoa export business that supplies international markets. The business has been operating successfully for 18 years. Visa officer moves on. What will you do after graduation? Maria, I'll return to Ghana and work with health organizations to improve disease prevention programs, especially in rural areas. Visa officer, do you have any relatives in the US? Maria, no. All my family members live in Ghana. And the result was your visa is approved. Safe travels. We will come back to analyze why Maria's visa was approved. We move on to the next candidate. We have here Amira from Pakistan, admitted to Texas A&M University. Her tuition costs $38,000 per year. Her fundings, fully funded research assistantship. Wow, this was a great one. The interview day. Amira woke up early, had his breakfast, and practiced answering questions in front of the mirror. He arrived at the embassy 30 minutes early, feeling so nervous but prepared. Interview at the US Embassy. The visa officer starts. Why do you want to study at Texas A&M University? Amira. Texas A&M is one of the top universities for engineering, and their renewable energy research aligns with my interest. I'll be working under Professor John Smith, who specializes in solar energy innovation. The visa officer moves on. How will you fund your studies? I have been awarded a full research assistantship, which covers my tuition and provides a monthly stipend for my living expenses. The visa officer moves on. How did you secure this funding? Amira. I met a few professors whose research matched my interest. After discussing my experience, Professor Smith found my background in solar energy valuable for his project and offered me the assistantship. Wow, this was really interesting. Getting a full assistantship. Oh, this was good. A very good offer. The visa officer moves on. What will you do if your visa is denied? Maria, I would care carefully review the reason for the denial and reapply, ensuring I provide any additional required documentation. Visa officer, do you have any work experience related to your field? Amira, yes, I worked as a research assistant at my university for 2 years, focusing on solar panel efficiency. I also completed an internship with a renewable energy firm in Pakistan. Results, congratulations, Amira, your visa is approved. Wow. We will come back to analyze why his visa was approved. Move on to the next candidate. Anita from Kenya admitted to Harvard University. Wow. Tuition cost was $55,000 per year. She had a funding of 80% scholarship plus family contribution. On the interview day, Anita arrived at the embassy wearing a formal blazer and skirt, carrying her neatly arranged documents. She smiled and made eye contact with the visa officer. Interview at the US Embassy, visa officer. Why did you choose Harvard, Anita? Anita responds, Harvard economics program is world renowned and I want to learn from top professors like Kenny Rogoff. Their research opportunities and global connections will prepare me for my career in economic policy. Visa officer, how will you fund your studies? I have an 80% scholarship. This is Maria responding. I have an 80% scholarship, and my family will cover the remaining $11,000 per year. Here are my financial documents. She hands over the documents. Visa officer, what will you do after graduation? And it's, I will return to Kenya and work on financial policies that support small businesses and economic growth. Wow. Visa officer moves on. Why should we approve your visa? And it's I have strong academic background, clear career goals, and a well-defined funding plan. My studies will help me contribute to my country's economic development. What was the result? Your visa is approved. We will come back again to analyze why Anita's visa was being approved. We move on to the last person, Kevin from Nigeria, admitted to the University of Southern California, USC. Tuition cost $50,000 per year, funding, personal savings plus sponsor, who's going to be his uncle. So on the interview day, Kevin dressed in a suit and tie, rehearsed his answers, and reminded himself to remain confident. That was a good one. Interview at the US Embassy officer. Why do you want to study at USC? Kevin. USC's MBA program is highly ranked, and I want to gain skills that will help me run my own business in Nigeria. Visa officer, who is sponsoring your education? Kevin. My uncle, a successful businessman, is my sponsor. I also have personal savings to support myself. Here are his financial documents, hands over sponsorship letter and bank statements. Visa officer, do you plan to stay in the US after your studies? Response, no. I plan to return to Nigeria to establish a consulting firm that helps small businesses grow. Visa officer, what will you do if your sponsor stops supporting you? Kevin, I have my personal savings and will apply for on-campus work opportunities to support myself. What was the result? Your visa is approved. Congratulations to our 4 candidates. They made it. Let's now analyze why each of these candidates was successful. First was Maria from Ghana. Reasons for visa approval. Maria's visa was approved because first, clear purpose. She provided clear and concise answers about her educational goals and how they aligned with her career plans in Ghana, specifically in public health and epidemiology. Second reason, financial stability. She presented strong financial backing from her family, including business documents that showed her parents' successful agricultural export business. This reassured the officer that she could support herself financially. That reason, strong ties to home country. See, the US, you have to make sure you tell them, let them know that after your studies, you are gonna return home. So Marie actually demonstrated strong ties to Ghana, particularly by explaining her intentions to return after completing her studies to contribute to public health initiatives in rural areas. The last reason, well prepared documents. She had all necessary documents organized and available, including her scholarship offer and financial documents, which showed she met the US government's visa requirements. Is this not wonderful? Let's all follow Maria. Let's copy her ways and we will be successful. We move on to the next candidate. Let's explore how Amira's visa from Pakistan was granted. Reasons for visa approval. Amira's visa was approved because first, clear career goals. Amira articulated his clear career goals and how the renewable energy research at Texas A&M aligned perfectly with his academic background and future career aspiration in Pakistan. Fully funded scholarship, this one, oh, this was the best. In fact, this was a very good offer for him. Amira had a fully funded research assistantship. Guys, you can also apply for research assistantship. It's not all about scholarship. There is also what, in fact, I'm going to make a video on how you can get assistantship. There are two things, scholarship and assistantship. Getting an assistantship is somehow easier than getting a scholarship. So stay on, subscribe to my channel and learn how to apply for assistantships and get them. So Amira had a fully funded research assistantship, which assured the officer that he would not be financially burdened during his studies. The officer appreciated that the assistantship not only covered his tuition but also his living expenses. This was beautiful. The third reason, relevant experience. Demonstrated relevant experience in his field of study, such as his work as research assistant and his internship in renewable energy, which made his academic and career pursuits very, very credible. The last reason, I provided detailed documents related to his research assistantship, including the official offer letter from the professor, which provided transparency and trustworthiness to his application. The third on our list is Anita from Kenya, admitted to Harvard University. Let's explore why her visa was approved. First, strong academic background. Anita demonstrated that she was a highly qualified student with excellent academic performance and had received a prestigious scholarship from Harvard, indicating her potential for success in the US. Second reason, clear education and career path. She was able to clearly articulate why she chose Harvard because of its top-tier economics program and how her studies would help her make significant contributions to the economic policy in Kenya. Third reason, financial security. Anita provided strong proof of financial support, including an 8% scholarship and her family's financial documents. This showed that she would not face financial difficulties during her studies. Strong ties to home country. Anita explained her plans to return to Kenya after graduation to contribute to her country's economic development, which assured the visa officer that she had strong ties to her home country and did not intend to overstay her visa. Guys, there are some things the visa officer is looking for. You see, fundings and like, if you prove to them that you, after your studies, you're going to come back home, make sure whenever you're answering your question, show that strong ties back home and be able to prove financial support, like you have the money to sponsor and take care of your studies here in America. Let us explore the last candidate, Kevin from Nigeria. So reasons for Kevin's approval was he also had clear professional goals. Kevin demonstrated clear professional goals, including his intention to use the knowledge gained at USC's MBA program to start a consulting business in Nigeria, showing a well-defined career path. Solid financial support. Kevin provided documents showing that his education was sponsored by his uncle, a very, very successful businessman, and had personal savings to further assure the officer of his financial stability. No intent to overstay. Kevin was able to demonstrate strong ties to Nigeria and clearly communicated his intent to return after his studies to establish a business, assuring the officer that he did not plan to stay in the US illegally. Last point, organized and complete documentation. Kevin submitted all necessary documentation, including sponsorship letters and financial statements, which showed the visa officer to feel confident in his ability to cover his costs during his studies. This was wonderful. I say congratulations to our four candidates who made it. Now, guys, I'm going to share with you all the summary for reasons for visa approval. First, clear purpose and career goals. Each student from the four candidates, they demonstrated clear academic and career goals and showed how the education in the US will contribute to their future success. Second reason was financial stability. All four candidates provided solid proof of financial support, whether through scholarships, family funding, or research assistantships. This is essential in proving they won't become a financial burden in the US. You need to be able to take care of your bills in the US. So financial stability is very important. The third reason is ties to home country. They all made it clear that they intended to return to their home countries after graduation, which is a key factor in the visa approval process. Ties to home country. Please take note. Take note because you are coming here as a student. So your studies, what do you have to do? You have to go back home. So make sure you prove to the visa officer that you are not going to stay in the US after your studies because that's going to be against your visa requirements. And the last reason is a well-prepared documentations. All of the candidates arrive with complete, organized documentation, which help ensure that the visa officer felt confident in approving the applications. Guys, like I said, confidence is everything, and you have to be well prepared, be organized. Don't get there and they ask for your bank statement and you don't know where it is. They ask for your admission letter, you don't know where it is. So be well prepared because you can never know what can make the visa officer not to grant your visa, or you can never know what can make the visa officer to grant your visa. Maybe just your organization. He sees you the way you're organized and will be like, oh, this guy is very organized. Let me grant his visa. So you can never tell. Be organized, be smart, be short in your responses, go straight to the point, don't be lengthy in whatever you're trying to say. Summary, guys, these real life experiences shows that preparation, confidence, and proper documentation are key to successful visa interview. If you're preparing for yours, drop your questions in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you and congratulations to our 4 candidates. We want to hear more successful stories from others. So guys, thank you for staying till the end and see you in the next video. Thank you.